Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We're a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. We've got our Traxxas Maxx on the bench today, and we're just wrapping it up here, as you can tell. Now, one of the weak spots of the Traxxas Maxx, you can check out our playlist in the video description for all of our videos on our Max, but look at that broken piece of plastic there, that servo ear. Now, one thing that's kind of annoying about the Max is that it uses this special sized servo that is non-standard. It's got non-standard mounting ears. There is an adapter that you can buy from Traxxas that allows you to mount a standard sized servo in here. Unfortunately, it's made out of plastic as well, and folks have had issues with that breaking. Our servo itself is still working. It's a tad slow, on the slow side, but we're gonna run this until it breaks. Now you'll notice one of the ears is broken. The other one was fine, but you'll see a little silver washer in here, and that is what we're going to show you how to do today. Pretty easy. You just get a 4mm washer. Now you want to make sure that it is a 4mm versus a 3mm. The screw here is a 3mm screw, but it's a little weird. You'll see a little step on that screw head, right? So if I take a 3mm washer here and try to put it on that screw, look at what happens. You've got this space there because of that step in the washer. That step actually goes into the plastic there to try to lock it in better, which doesn't work too well because you still end up breaking the ears off of the servos on hard landings. Now this is a 4mm washer here, and you'll notice that it slips right over that step so that the washer is flush with the head of the screw, and that's what you want here. That extra surface area will help keep the servo in place. Now, one of the telltale signs, that piece of plastic just broke off completely there. So, I'm going to remove it and let me get that screw. Magnetic tips always help. I'm not sure where that washer went. It fell underneath. Let's go ahead and shake that out. All right. Always good to have a pit mat to work on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that screw. We're going to put the washer on top of that screw, and then we're going to screw it back in. And you might have to swing the wheels around there just to get them out of the way. Gonna grab a power driver here that is torqued. Got the torque setting appropriately, so we're not gonna screw this all the way in, but just get pretty close. And then we're going to use the hand driver there to snug that in. All right, and just make sure that it is centered there to give you adequate pressure. Oh, we got a leaf in here. Didn't even notice that. So now you'll see I should have showed you before. Before, when I was turning this around, the servo would actually shift a little bit back and forth. Now it is properly locked in. We'll get this leaf out later. But now it is properly locked in. We will tighten up the two screws here, and that's a nice, almost free fix for your servo mounting ears being broken on your Traxxas Maxx. Other things we wanted to do here to wrap things up. Now, these motor wires were a little bit abraded. We're going to add some 3M electrical tape on those just to make sure that we have no exposed wiring. Exposed wiring is a no-no because you can get shocked, all sorts of bad things happen. So make sure you have some wiring or electrical tape to cover any open wounds on wires. Now, That will give us some nice protection around that one, and we'll do the same for the black wire. Now we're thinking of using some wiring looms on this too, just because we've had issues with loose wires eventually breaking connections. So to avoid that, you can put a wiring loom, a harness loom, whatever you want to call it, onto these wires too. So yeah, these might flop around a little bit on impact. So what we'll do is grab some loom. So this is in here. Bigger problem was with the motor, the battery connection actually. So even when this is hooked up to a battery, it can flop around and cause some damage to itself. We've got this open window. I'm not sure what happened with that, but we will just grab some of this electrical tape and cover this window while we're at it. There we go. And that will seal the elements out. And all right, our Max is almost ready. One thing we wanted to do was make sure that our gears were clean here, which they are, even though the area around the gears isn't clean. Let me just grab a pick real quick to make sure I don't have any debris in between the gears. Yeah, that was just a nick or something in the metal. So we'll go ahead and put, we should probably clean this off too. This is kind of dirty. We'll put this back in place. The other thing we wanted to do is just double side tape this to the inside of the shock tower. Of course, we want to make sure that we have adequate clearance for our gear cover first. And we're going to bring this back out and bash. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Smash that like button if we've earned it. That subscribe button helps us even more. And we will catch you in the next one. Thanks again for watching.